Hello, this is Victor. I'm here with a new video, and this time I want to do a shout out to a video from Tabletop Minions. I will put the link to the video below, and it's a video where he's making 6 questions to advanced painters, to good painters, and he's asking them some questions about dedicated to people that is starting. So some tips or some questions about how is the path to become a better painting. So I think it's very interesting. The takeout I have from this video, what is the tip to become a better painting, is that there is not a tip. So in the questions you will see that there are 6 questions, and you will see that the painters, they give really different questions. There is not unanimity in any of the questions. Even the one, so for example, I was quite surprised. High quality brushes paints helps you. Even in that case, there is not unanimity. There is people that say yes and people that say no. And there are painters that are finalists in the crystal brush in Adepticon. So these are good painters. They have a long path in the painting, and I think it's very interesting to hear what they say. I really like this type of videos and to know what are the experiences of other painters. So I really encourage you to watch this video. It's just, it's 25 minutes video, but I think it's really worth to watch and worth to listen what these people is saying. And I think was maybe interesting for me. Yeah, there is other thing that I also take out from the video, is that we have to find our path, our way, our style in painting. So there is not a right and there is not a wrong way to do it. This is more or less a conclusion. Of course, you have to improve, but there is several ways to do the same thing, and you have to find what is the techniques, what are the techniques, and what is the method that you like the most, and the one that you feel more comfortable, and what is your style of painting. So this is a thing that I take out from here, and I think it's really, for me, it's the main thing, the main point. So there is not a unique way to do the things, there is not unanimity, and you have to find your way. Of course, one of the things that is very important, look tutorials, but look tutorials from different people, because maybe just looking at watching one type of videos, it can be not good enough. So, and then the question is, the first one is what you will redo or you will do differently when you will start painting. And I think the part that I will do differently is there are 2 things. First, when I start painting, YouTube was not there. So I would have loved to have something like YouTube to learn, to be able to share, and to be able to have more feedback. So I think my first, the point here is if I will be able to review. I think one thing that will speed up a lot the learning curve is to be able to socialize more your painting. So paint, share with other people, don't be ashamed. You are starting, and most likely your paint job is not at the same level of other people. This is normal, everybody has passed this path. Everybody had to start at some point. So I think this is a good point, and really, for me, the point. It's interesting to see what other people say. I really watch the video, it's really interesting. High quality brushes paints help you. Here I was surprised, because for me, of course, not everything is a high quality of the brush of the paint. Okay, you can have the best brush in the world, but if you don't know the techniques, if you don't know how to paint, you will not do a good job. But on the other side, I realized that you need a minimum quality. For me, at least, this is by my experience. When the brush is very crappy, when the brush is in bad state, it's difficult to have brush control. It's more difficult to paint correctly. Of course, there is people that is very talented and can do good jobs even with bad brushes. But as average, I will say having a good brush maintenance, and using correct paints. And here paints, I will say use the acrylic paints, the ones that are made for miniatures, to paint miniatures. I think this is helping to do better job. Is this making you a good painter? No, you need the experience. But I think for me it's helpful. Then there is a very interesting question: how you learn more, doing high volume of miniatures, or doing a small volume of miniatures and spending a lot of time? And there is answers of all colors here. And my point of view is a little bit of each. So I think when you're starting, you want to experiment and you want to do some miniatures and not to spend too much time on the miniatures, because you will anyway, these miniatures will look crappy. My first miniatures are really crappy, so this will happen. So just do these miniatures and pass to the next. By doing at the beginning, I think you have to do a minimum volume to get experience, to feel the miniatures and to know how to use the techniques. Once you start having a good base, then is a moment that you can dedicate a lot of time to the miniatures, and from there try to go deeper in the techniques and spend a little bit more of time. So I will say start doing miniatures to change to the next one. This is also finishing miniatures for me is a motivator as well. So this is why I don't do much painting. I prefer to paint miniature by miniature, because then I see, oh, I finished another miniature, and then I go to the next one. But this is yeah, up to everybody. But I will say start with high volume and then go later on when you have start knowing the techniques, go to deeper, and then you can spend more time. The next one is about color theory. Is color theory is important or not? And here I have to be very fair with everybody. I did not look anything on color theory, maybe until the last 3 years, and I've been painting for more than 20. So I never, what I was doing is I was doing miniatures painted by other people, and I look what makes sense for me and what is not making sense in terms of color matching. But to be fair, I never went deep in color theory. I never did anything on color theory. I think I understand quite well how the color matches each other, how to combine the colors, how to make the colors brighter or less brighter, and how to use neutral colors. But if I will, to be fair, when you're starting, I was not using the color theory at all. For other painters, I realized that this is really a basic, so you cannot progress. You will see. It's really interesting here, because we have the two types of response. Most of the people consider color theory is needed, is vital. I have to say, I paint a lot of miniatures, and I don't have even a color wheel. I never had a color wheel with me. Advices that are wrong, advices given to the beginners that are wrong. And I think that, as I say here, there is not a unique way to do the things. For me, is something is using a technique and you don't feel comfortable and you don't like this technique, look for a different way to do it. This will be my advice. So there is not a unique way to do the things. You can do blending, or you can do glazing. You can do wet blending. You can do, I don't know, there is very different ways to make the color transition softer. There is, you can use airbrush or not. So there is so many techniques and there is so many ways to do it. So here my advice is, do it in the way that you think is more comfortable for you and you think that getting the best results. If any advice is not working for you, don't use it. This will be my advice here. And then the last one was quite a funny one, is how many times you drink the water to wash your brushes, or how many times you clean the brush with your drinking water. And here I'm lucky, there is no way I will drink this, okay? So this is why I have this pot. This pot have, maybe this pot have 15 years with me, and I don't drink while I'm painting. I never have a glass of drink with me when I'm painting. So this never happened to me. I will not drink this water. because I normally don't have drinks with me when I'm painting, so I cannot wash the brush into the drinks. And that's all what I wanted to show. Again, go to Tabletop Minions, really a very interesting video. I really like this video. I even listen the video 2 times because I think it's really interesting what the painters say, and there are some very known painters. So please go there, watch this video, highly recommended, the link in the description below. That's all for now. Give a comment here, give a like if you have liked this video, and as usual, thanks a lot for watching, and see you later. Bye.